Hi guys, good evening and welcome back to the Q3 result series of this quarter. Now in this video we will be covering three companies: AGI Greenpack, Crystal Integrated Services and Zomato Limited. Okay, so first let us start with AGI Greenpack. If you look at this company, AGI Greenpack का business model पहले हम समझते हैं. What does AGI Greenpack do? Right, AGI Greenpack manufactures आपका glass bottles. Now you will see this various glass bottles, right, that is used in आपका Kingfisher का beer या various alcohol या beverage industry. These people manufacture bottles for them. Okay, now majority of the revenue comes from this beverage industry only. Okay, now इस company अगर आप देखते हो इनका actually it used to be a quite an interesting proposition almost I think 2 years ago. Okay, because once upon a time they were growing at north of 25 to 30% and at that time their capacity utilization was still at like 95% का capacity utilization पे चल रहा था. And they came and they told कि like हमारा जो revenue है, I think it was revenue was around 2000 or 2500 crore. Now I could be wrong with the numbers because this was quite a long time back. Probably you can just catch up with my business analysis video AGI Greenpack ka. It would be there in my YouTube ka business analysis ka playlist. You will see there in detail I've explained about this. So just to give you a brief about the history of what is happening with this company. So उन्होंने बोला था उनका revenue double होगा somewhere around 5000 crore in probably in 2 to 3 years, and this was supposed to happen because they were going to acquire this Hindustan National Glass बोल के एक company था. So once they acquired this company, already यहाँ पे 95 उनका खुद का कंपनी में there is this 95% capacity utilization. They can't do more than that, right? So they thought कि like okay we'll acquire this new capacity, new company, इसके वजह से capacity मिलेगा and then we can expand, and they had a very strong guidance given. But having said that क्या हुआ, this acquisition that is there, it got delayed. It was again and again court case के चक्कर में always the court the hearing is delayed. This entire acquisition process was delayed. As a result क्या हुआ, इसका जो this growth momentum that is there, or the pace of growth as you call it, started falling down. They went from a 25% का growth engine to 18% का growth engine. In one of the quarters, in fact, they came and they reduced the guidance and they told कि like we can no longer grow at that 20% kind of growth that we are targeting. We will reduce it to 12% kind of growth. That is the guidance we will give. Okay, that is one thing they told. And if you look at it right now, it is still the same. Sales is up hardly by 7%. PAT is up by around 34%. Now the reason that you see that they're having a lot of operating leverage. You can see sales only grew by 7%, but if you look at the profits grew by 34%. The reason is because the same quarter last year, if you look at it, the Q3 of last year, if you see, the base was too low because in the same time last year, a lot of their I think one of their furnace was not being operationalized. There was some debottlenecking का process हो रहा था, furnace का कुछ brownfield हो रहा था. As a result, वहाँ पे the PAT was very subdued. So comparing that PAT to this PAT over here, it does look a little bit that is the reason you see like PAT has grown by 34%, and that is the only reason. But having said that, the sales is hardly up by 8%, and there is nothing good going on because even till now, till today, if you see, the HNG acquisition is a big question mark. Still it is the case is still in the court. The acquisition is not completed. Even if the acquisition is completed, the HNG ka jo factory mein all those furnace that is there, they have to put in a lot of capital again to get it up and running, because all of those furnace in that HNG factory, it has not been used for a very long period of time. So it is not in a condition that you can go there and bump it into production or something. So again there also capex will go. Overall their plan to double the revenue, I think they targeted to plan the double the revenue to around 5000 crore odd. Again I could be wrong with this number because it's quite long back, and this entire number to achieve that doubling the revenue earlier, which was 2 to 3 years, which they were having a target. Now it can take 5 years, it can 10 years, because ultimately it comes down to when will that acquisition take place, and this acquisition is taking forever and forever to take place. So that is a big, I would say, negative over here. Okay, so overall nothing much interesting, hardly 8% ka growth, and going forward also they don't have any plans as to like when this acquisition will go through and how it will benefit the company. Okay, then the second company that we will be doing is Crystal Integrated Services. Again, Crystal Integrated Services also same thing. If you want to understand the business model in depth, head over to my YouTube channel, business analysis ka playlist hai, and over here you will see that there is this Crystal ka ek detailed मैंने एक analysis किया. Now let us start with this, इसका business model समझते हैं. Now when you look at Crystal na, they are like a service provider company. Okay, now you will see in these big companies now, whether it is Accenture, I'm just giving an example, yeah, big government facilities that are there, they don't want to take the headache of managing everything. Let's say for housekeeping, plumbing ka काम, electrician का काम and all. They don't want to take it. They want to outsource it to somebody. So when you outsource, what happens? You know, all you have to do is you're paying the monthly fee, or you know, whatever the subscription fee that is there, and these people will come. They will get their team. They will get all of the equipments, and they will take care of everything. Basically, you know, you're outsourcing the work to Crystal, and Crystal will come and do all of your housekeeping services and everything. Okay, and here if you look at it, the biggest drawback in their business model is 70% of the revenue comes from government. Okay, that is, you know, they cater to all these various government departments that are there, and the rest comes from, you know, your various companies that they cater to. Okay, now since 70% of the revenue is coming from government, what happens is, see, whenever you're working with the government, the policy is very simple. Whoever is the lowest bidder, they get the deal. Okay, so what happens tomorrow? Let's say आप एक let's say for let's say government का, you know, कुछ public health department के लिए you're auctioning, you're bidding के, like, you know, you will take care of the entire housekeeping, electrician, plumbing work for that department. Okay, so whoever is bidding the lowest, they will get the deal ultimately, which means what? You do not have pricing power at the end of the day, right? Because if somebody is quoting a lesser price than you, then they will get the deal. So you have no bargaining power here at all. Okay, and on top of that, you're a B2B business, right? Because ultimately your business is another business which is a government, which is actually, it is a B2G business, which is even worse because यहाँ पे आपका margins और भी कम होता है ultimately, right? So overall you can say कि like business model में, you know, there is a little bit of a problem over here. Okay, so ultimately because you do not have pricing power, your entire game comes to volumes and volumes only, right? Which means what? You have to keep getting this, you know, this contract that is there, which, like I told you, right, which they bid with the government, they have to keep getting it renewed, and tomorrow, let's say during renewal time, if there is somebody else who's bidding for a lower price, they will get the deal, right? So you have to keep getting renewed, you have to keep getting newer contracts. That is the deal. Over here, if you see, when they came during IPO time, if you look at the year-on-year growth over there, they used to grow at 25%. And even in one of the con call that I remember, they were very bullish and they told ki, like, you know, we will grow by 25%. That is our guidance for the top line and everything. And then they go ahead and they do ki, like kya growth hai? I mean, sales didn't grow at all. I mean, the total sales that is there, the income that is there, degrew by 2.8%. I mean, literally flat. You're giving a guidance of 25%, and after that you go and, you know, you hardly do, you don't even grow. I mean, what kind of company is this? After that, if you look at it, the PAT that is there, PAT grew by 18.8% on a year-on-year. Now it comes back to this thing, you know, I think if you attended the workshop, right, you will understand there are different categories of operating leverage. I would need my company to have a high sales growth as well as an operating leverage. I do not need a company at the end of the day jiska sales nahi hai par operating leverage, because ultimately, you know, this operating leverage is coming by how? By saving cost, right? And this is the same thing over here. Ultimately, how long will you keep saving cost? There will come a day where you can no longer cut cost, you know, to show the bottom line over here, right? And by the way, if you guys, you know, want to understand everything in detail, like how to do an analysis, how do you look at the different parameters over here, how do you connect the dots, buy that investment checklist ka workshop. The recording is already there. I will put it up in the description as well as, you know, in the comment section ka box. Okay, now over here this entire thing becomes a problem ki, like, you know, first of all, tumhara, you know, your business model is such where you need a lot of volume growth, and on top of that you have given a guidance over here, and then you underquote, you know, and you underperform over here. That is a big negative over here, I can tell. I mean, you target for a 25% kind of growth, and then you ultimately go ahead and, you know, your sales are not even growing. Now why it has not grown, nobody knows, because we'll have to wait for the con call of the company, and they haven't done the con call. I mean obviously, right, result just kal aaya tha. So whenever they do the con call, you'll get to know why the result has been down. Probably my guess is that, you know, probably all the contracts that were supposed to get renewed didn't get renewed, and they haven't got any new order inflow as such. Okay, now other than this, there are few updates about this company. They're planning to do, you know, raise a QIP and raise money through QIP around 300 crores. They are planning to do it. We will see how it goes. I don't see why you're raising money when literally you do not have any sales, right? I mean, that's a big question mark. Now why are they using this money is because if you look at it right now, Crystal has multiple kind of, you know, revenue streams or multiple kind of services that they provide. You know, basically if I'm Crystal Integrated Services and you're my client, if let's say for your entire, let's say you have a building, I will provide housekeeping services for you, I will provide cleaning services for you, electrician ka, plumber ka, if let's say catering services hai, even that I will provide for you. Now what they're telling is we will also go into, you know, this water treatment, sewage treatment, all of this also. So let's say if you have an apartment, you you do not have to go to like multiple players, to cater, to outsource your work. You can go to one player such as Crystal, and they will take care of the entire work for you, for your building, for your apartment, for your company, or any government authorities over there. Now, since they want to integrate this new kind of, new kind of services such as water treatment and sewage treatment and all of this, that is why they're raising this 300 crore ka QIP. Other than that, they've also got an order of 106 crores ka order hai from Biran Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and this 106 crores is valid for like a duration of 3 years. So that is the only update. But having said that, the biggest question becomes over here, like you have given a guidance of 25%, and why have you underperformed? And you know that, right, no market will like it at the end of the day. I mean, it's better that you don't give guidance and underperform. That is still way better than, let's say, when you give guidance and underperform, right? That is a big negative. Now, the last company that we'll be doing is Zomato Limited, which I think is the talk of the town over here today. Yeah, let's just get right into it. If you look at Zomato ka business model, there are 4 streams of revenue. The first is your food delivery. The second is your quick commerce, which is Blinkit. The third is Hyperpure, which is a B2B food delivery system for your, for your hotels and restaurants to get their raw materials. And the last one is District, which has been operationalized, since this quarter. District is basically their, the Paytm se unhone wo ticketing business they acquired last quarter, right? A couple of quarters back. It is that business. Earlier in Zomato, you could book, the Zomaland ka tickets, you're going out, dining experiences ka ticket. Now it is all migrated to a new app called as District. Okay, now let's talk about the most important thing. You see that the Zomato sales has been very strong at 58%, right? Like there is no how do I put this, there is no problem over there, because the first and the foremost thing you have to look for in any company is a sales growth, and there is absolutely no problem with that. You also don't see that the pace of growth is not coming down for the business, right? I mean, it is still growing strong at 58% only. If you look at the gross order value, now gross order value is your most important metric in your any online businesses, because gross order value is a combination of 2 things, your volume as well as value. Okay, volume यहाँ पे क्या होता है, आपका total number of orders, right, which is basically, right, let's say आज आपके ऐप में, let's say 100 people are placing the order, tomorrow 120 people should be placing the order. So आपका volume, total number of orders कितना बढ़ा, 20%, right? So this is your volume growth. So gross order value is nothing but your total number of orders into average order value. Average order value is what? Like let's say today, what is the average? Let's say if you're ordering, like 100 people are ordering from the app, what is the average out of it, right? So it gives you a good metric of both volume as well as value. And if you look at GOV is also up by a very strong 57% on a year-on-year. Okay, now very important to understand over here is the difference between GOV and revenue. Okay, okay, I'll give an example, and I think that will be better to understand GOV. If you look at it, whenever you're ordering something on Zomato, right, you will see when you go for billing, there is your food charges, which is, let's say you ordered an idli sambar for 200 rupees. Okay, after that there is 10 rupees ka platform fee, then there is 50 rupees ka delivery charge, right? And then there could be some GST charges, packaging charges, and discount, let's say everything. Okay, now when you talk about GOV is this complete cost. Okay, let's say your food ka charge, GST, packaging, delivery fee, platform fee minus discount is your GOV. Okay, that is the GOV. But revenue kitna hai? Sirf aap, let's say whatever you're paying Zomato is the revenue, right? Like it could be the platform fee, it could be a certain percentage of revenue. But all this, let's say after adding all these packaging charges, if it is 400 rupees, all this 400 rupees is the GOV. But all this 400 rupees is not earned by Zomato now, because this 400 rupees mein wo restaurant bande ka charges hai, us delivery fee boy ka charges hai, right? So now you understand every this all of the GOV is not revenue, but every revenue is a GOV over here. Okay, so GOV is a good metric to understand कि like आपका volume growth बढ़ रहा है and value growth भी बढ़ रहा है. And here you will see GOV on a consolidated basis, that is आपका food delivery, आपका quick commerce, all of it. You see GOV has grown by 57%. Even there is no wrong with that, right? Everything is going well. So what is the problem over here? The biggest problem over here is the bottom line. Okay, if you look at it, PAT अगर आप देखते हो last time at the same time was 139 crore, and this time it is around 59 to 60 crore. Okay, so why has this PAT that is there degrown from last Q3 to this Q3 so much is because if you look at the quick commerce, like see, Zomato used to be earlier a food delivery business. Now Zomato is no longer about food delivery business, it is all about quick commerce. Okay, now if you look at quick commerce, is a new big deal, it is a new big boom over here. Okay, and you see, right, like right now we can see literally a shift in behavior. Earlier we used to go and search like Amazon mein, if we can find a product in Amazon, kitna day में डिलीवर करता है. नाउ वी गो एंड सी कि लाइक अरे 7 मिनट में मुझे कौन डिलीवर करेगा, ब्लिंकिट करेगा, इंस्टामार्ट करेगा या जेप्टो करेगा, राइट? दैट इज देयर. नाउ ओवर हियर व्हाट इज हैपेंड इज इन नाउ दैट वी आर सीइंग अ लॉट ऑफ बूम इन क्विक कॉमर्स. सी देयर इज so much demand over here, right? Absolutely, everybody wants 8 minutes ka delivery, and everybody is hyping this up, right? So the thing is, you need to be available with every corner of the city. You have to be there. The more visibility you have, the more you can cater to your customer, the better, because in one way demand is there, on the other hand competition is also growing. So the only way you will win against the competition is you have to be there in every nook and corner of the city, and you have to play the volume game at the end of the day. That is the only thing over here, right? And in this chakkar mein, to play the volume game, to cater to the demand, they have gone on to increase like a massive store expansion. Like for example, if you see the store expansion that you see earlier, they had a target of reaching 2000 stores by December 26. Now they're telling हम लोग ये 2000 stores जो है we will target it by December 25 of this year only. Okay, like इतना जल्दी store expansion खोल रहे हैं. now आप इतना जल्दी store खोल रहे हो, उसका उस dark stores के लिए you will need big warehouses. So क्या हो गया, because of all this capex that they are putting up in order to reach that store count, right? Ultimately as a result ये जो bottom line has taken a hit ultimately. That is the reason you will see that the EBITDA losses have widened. Like see, one of the turning points for Zomato was when they went from EBITDA loss to EBITDA, they became positive, and then after that they turned profitable. Now that same profitability is going to go down, and in fact the founder of the Blinkit का जो है Albinder, right? He told कि like भाई आप profitable तो छोड़ ही दो for the next 2 years, FY25 and FY26, because our main concern is is to get all these stores up and running, and to make sure the GOV that is there, the gross order value that is there, that has to be at 100% only. That is the main concern right now. Uske baad, let's say once after like let's say after the next 2 years we will focus back on profitability, but for right now profitability is not a concern. Our concern is to expand the store and be there in every nook and corner, because यहाँ पे competition इतना heat up हो रहा है, right? You will see Instamart है, Zepto है, even I think now Flipkart, Big Basket, all of these people have also started this 10 minutes delivery. So now it comes down to one thing: whoever can cater to the maximum audience, whoever can play this volume game, they win. Because ultimately क्या होता है, once you start getting habituated to an app, it becomes very difficult for you to switch, right? So now it is in this game ki like who can sustain the longest, right? Like if it is Blinkit, if it is Instamart and everything. So that is a game that they are trying to play. Okay, so ultimately yahi hai. Now that is a part in this inka quick commerce. Along with that, what they have done, they've started this bistro bol ke ek they've started newly in this Blinkit ka quick commerce. You will see that Zepto has started this Zepto cafe, 10 minutes mein food delivery. Similarly, they've started this bistro also, because of which again आपका losses that is there, you might see that the losses will again widen for a couple of years again. Now if you look at the food delivery business that is there, food delivery business which used to grow at like north of 20%, उसका GOV has grown by 17% only. And not just that, उनका QOQ अगर आप देखते हो Zomato का food delivery business, it hardly grew by 2%, right? And they're telling कि like थोड़ा demand में slow down है and everything, ठीक है? So that is another thing. And like I told you, right, they've launched this district app recently, right? This Paytm का ticketing business. Even that will again add to the bottom line का losses, because since it is new, you have to spend a lot on customer acquisition to make sure your audience is getting to make sure your audience is using this app and everything. यहाँ पर भी आपका जो losses है widen होगा. To summarize, basically one, food delivery business has seen a slowdown over here, and we do not know when this this demand will come back up. You see that the Blinkit का business that is there, because they're going on this rapid expansion, right? इनका यहाँ पे losses that is there, it is getting widened. They've also in Blinkit alone, they've introduced a new thing called as a bistro, because of which again the losses are going to be widened. And the district, which is the Paytm ka ticketing business, they have acquired. All of the three earlier which we saw, I mean, see, I think in the start of this year, I believe in Q1, Blinkit was supposed to turn from EBITDA losses to they were supposed to be EBITDA positive, and now we are going back to the previous trend because of this rapid store expansion. That forget about the profitability, losses jo hai aur bhi widen hoga. Now this is a main concern over here. See, ultimately I understand ki like growth is the most important thing for the business, right? That is, there is no question about it. Okay, but having said that, I understand that from a business perspective it is very right, and right now they are in a place competition is is heating up so much that they have to cater to the demand, they have to play the volume game. Otherwise, if they focus on profitability right now, it is all over for them at the end of the day. Blinkit will go into complete ashes, and maybe somebody else can take over because Instamart has got that IPO fund which they can use. They have to do something or the other, right? So in one way, from a business perspective, when you think, they're probably right. On the other hand, for an investor, how will an investor make money if there is no profitability in business? Think about it. If there is profitability, then there is an EPS growth. I mean, if there is profit only, now people who are invested in that business can take a part of the profit and grow, right? That is the ultimate. So investors, it's never a good news for an investor when you see growth is coming at a cost of profitability. That is the main problem over here. The fact that Q1 में तुमने बोला EBITDA पॉजिटिव होगा और अभी बोल रहे हो कि कितना स्टोर एक्सपेंशन कर रहे हैं कि इसके वजह से हम forget about profitability for next 2 years. I mean, next 2 years we are talking about no profitability in the business. So that is becoming a big I would say a negative news for the investors कि growth is fine, but in this environment without, I mean, I think it also puts another question. Let me tell you कि like recently they did this QIP where they raised I think 10,000 crores, right? I think 8,000 10,000 crore odd they raised, right? I think with every businesses there is nothing wrong with QIP, but I think every investor saw Zomato once it turned profitable, it was like okay, now it is turning profitable, there is a scope towards this business. We can understand why it is commanding such a premium valuation, at least now that they have integrated Blinkit, right? Now that the profitability is not there, the valuation, at this valuation, it becomes a bit of a question mark, is it really worth it? And the other thing is every investor would like the fact that जो अपना profitability है उस profit को लेके आप अपना business को grow करो. That is what is very important. Now already you did an IPO, अभी बोल रहे हो expand करने के लिए हम लोग 10,000 करोड़ का QIP कर रहे हैं. So the question is like, when will Zomato be enough, at least enough profitable enough to fund its own operation? When will it be enough कि like आप you will stop taking money from outside by diluting your equity over and over again to expand the operation, right? That's also right from an investor perspective. So there is two perspective over here. Like, I understand from the management's perspective that you have to grow right now at all costs, because if there is no growth, ultimately forget about the bottom line. At the same time, for an investor, growth is not, along with growth, they need profitability also. It also connects to one of the cases that we were discussing in the workshop, right? Like when we were discussing about operating leverage, right? We were talking about when is operating leverage good, when a company misses operating leverage, when is it good, when is it bad? And we spoke about one of the points, that is capex and product mix change. I hope now we're able to relate to that, why Zomato operating leverage, is it missing a good or a bad thing? You can connect it to the 2 points that we discussed, that is capex ka change and the product mix ka change. The product mix change here is the Blinkit ka acquisition, it is disrupting the whole space, and the capex is also regarding to the Blinkit ka 2,000 stores ka expansion that we see, right? Overall, I think this is there is no denying that Zomato is changing the entire landscape. The quick commerce is changing the entire landscape on how we view at delivery, how we view at all this kind of businesses, because I see that change in behavior in myself, right? Like, I first search in Blinkit and Instamart if something is available or not, and then I go to order on Amazon, right? So obviously that change, that scope is there for the business, you can tell, but having said that, at what cost? Like, where is the profitability? That, I mean, as an investor, I understand like profitability is needed, because if there is no profit, you can't make money. And I think this is something it's a very subjective opinion. I know we can argue on the valuations over and over again and everything. One person can look at the scope of Blinkit and tell like this valuation is nothing. The other person can look at the profitability and tell like, oh, at this, business is not making any profits, and tell valuation is very absurd. It's a very subjective game at the end of the day, right? That is why I can't argue like and give you my opinion over here. It's a very subjective situation. But having said that, we'll have to track this company and see for the next 2 years, next 2 years, what next quarters we'll need to see like kitna or losses widen hota hai, right? That would be very interesting to see, because I think now at least they can get away the fact that they are growing at 58%, but going forward growth में थोड़ा भी आंच आता है. First of all, यहाँ पे bottom line नहीं है, उस bottom line नहीं है, and on top of that you have listed with such high valuation. Now along with this, tomorrow little bit growth का hamper होता है ना, 19-20 little bit 19-20 होता है growth का, it is completely over for them. So you'll have to track this growth very meticulously, I'll tell you. And right now Swiggy Instamart is also, not Swiggy Instamart, Swiggy is also listed. We will have to see if Swiggy is growing growing faster than Zomato or not. Because what will happen if, because I believe Swiggy is at a bit lower valuation compared to Zomato, and that is also because on all parameters, if you see, whether you see in the food delivery business, whether you see in the quick commerce ka average order value, store expansion, GOV, all of it Zomato is leading compared to Swiggy. Okay, and one of the metrics for Zomato, one of the key metrics for Zomato was profitable compared to Swiggy. That is why it commanded a premium valuation compared to Swiggy. Now you see that Zomato, I mean, has gone back to, profitability. They're telling it will not be there, so it comes down to the same level. Now it comes down to one thing and one thing only: which horse will run the faster? Will it be Zomato or will it be Swiggy? Now in this race, already Zomato is leading. If in this race, let's say Swiggy comes and does more than Zomato in any parameter, whether it is sales growth, whether it is your GOV, whether it is your average order value, in any of it, if they do more than Zomato, it is completely over for Zomato. Remember this: Zomato has to grow at, this they have to maintain this pace of growth at, around 58%, that which they are growing around 50 to 60%. Along with that, you have to hope that Swiggy doesn't do as better or as good to them. Zomato has to lead the race. They have to be much better than Swiggy, otherwise it's completely over. I mean, forget the profitability, forget the aap kitna bhi store expansion kar lo, it is completely over, absolutely over for them. It has to continue to grow faster than Swiggy right now that Swiggy is listed. I mean, there is no go over here, right? So that's that about all the three companies. I will do another video. There is Dixon, and there are some other companies also. Dixon hai, I don't know if Manorama's results are out or not. Many such companies are there. But that's that about all of the three companies. We'll see you again in another video. Until then, take care. Bye.